Okay, an important question for parents. What do you do if your child gets sick while you're traveling? Joining us with some helpful tips is the author of Travels with Baby, the ultimate guide for planning trips with babies, toddlers, and preschool-age children. Welcome back, Shelly Rivoli. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Great to see you guys
Shelly,
again.
looks like you're going to be a mom again.
I am indeed. Surprise.
Yeah.
This is your third, right?
This will be number 3, yeah.
And when do you do?
In February.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you already have 2
Very
girls,
excited.
right?
2 girls, and this we just found out is a boy.
All right.
You know everything about traveling with babies then.
We'll have it all figured out this time, hopefully.
Well, help us figure it out now. What are some things parents can do before we even leave home as a preventive measure?
Sure, that's a great question, and one of the best things you can do is to just stay healthy, if possible. Just make sure, everyone's getting reasonable amounts of rest and drinking plenty of fluids, because staying hydrated will really help you fend off any of those little bugs you encounter along the way. And also, if your child has had any sniffles, for example, in the last week or 2 before travel, keeping them very well hydrated will help prevent problems in their ears if they're flying. If they have anything in the eustachian tube, it will help thin that so they can adjust better to those pressure changes.
Because kids often have problems with the pressure
really
changes in the
can,
ears.
Yeah, what can you do in those situations? Because sometimes it's just, maybe they're not sick, but that pressure change can really hurt their ears. Like with babies, I heard if you breastfeed during takeoff and landing.
It's always a good idea, if you can, to nurse or to give a bottle or a sippy cup. Even just ask your flight attendant for a little cup of water, and even babies might be interested in that. It'll get their jaws moving, and that's the main thing.
Yeah,
lollipops you can pull out.
Oh, they like that
at the end of the flight. You don't want the sugar at the beginning.
So all that jaw movement helps keep the ears open.
Yeah, it does.
But so what if you go through all the preventive measures, good health maintenance and all that before you go away, but still, once you get away, somehow your kid gets sick? What can you do?
Well, first thing is don't panic.
Yeah.
It can happen at home, and it can certainly happen while you're away. But, just monitor the symptoms. If it's a case of the sniffles, okay, don't worry too much. Just try to keep them well rested and warm. But if things escalate and you start to think maybe you need to find a doctor, a couple things you can do. One is, first, if your doctor's office offers an advice line, as many do, a 24-hour nurse line is great. Use it. Be sure to bring that number along. Some insurance companies also have an assistance line you can call with questions. If you need to get to a doctor, though, you can go online. The American Academy of Pediatrics has a whole directory of pediatricians and pediatric dentists in case you have that sort of emergency. So you can find someone close to you, whether you're in Canada or anywhere in the United States.
Okay. What should you consider if, let's say, your child is on medication, either with an illness or a sickness, or they have allergies?
Sure. Yeah, children who have, asthma, allergies, require regular medication, these sorts of things. It's a good idea to talk with your doctor about the possibility of an electronic medical file. More and more medical offices are offering this, and let's see, Google Health actually just kicked off. You can possibly set up something through that with your doctor's office to keep all of their files online, whatever prescriptions, history, and those sorts of important details you might want while you're away. You can just pull it up quickly and have access to that information.
Now, let's say you've been doing all the right things before traveling. You're keeping the kids hydrated, getting plenty of rest, and all. They're nice and healthy, but you're going to put them on an airplane where they got all these germs flying around. How do you protect them from that?
You've got to make them wear the SARS mask.
That's a really good point, Janelle. Actually, a lot of people worry that all of the germs they'll encounter while they're traveling will be in the air in the airplane, when actually the air goes through a serious filtration system.
That's what I heard.
So the air is not so much what you need to worry about. What you should think about more are all of those surfaces that you come in contact with while you're traveling, and not just in the airplane, through the whole airport, all of the elevator buttons and the railings on the escalators and the armrests and tray tables in the airplane too. Anywhere those hands that have politely covered coughs and sneezes are touching.
So you have to disinfect that area or something?
Actually, it's a good little trick. I always carry those antibacterial hand wipes with me. You get those nice little travel size ones, and it's not a liquid. You don't have any issues about carrying it onto the plane. You can use those. They're great if you've just changed a diaper in the lavatory, too, and you're holding a baby. It can be very hard to wash your hands, so keep those at your seat. If the tray table's sticky, just give a quick wipe and smile at your neighbors. You know, maybe they think you're a hypochondriac, but if you can stay healthier for your trip, that's worth it.
And any quick tips for overseas travel?
Overseas travel? Sure, if you're going somewhere more remote where it might be more difficult to find a doctor if you need one, it's a good idea to register with an organization called IAMAT, IAMAT.org is their site. And they can help you find English-speaking and Western-trained doctors in pretty much any corner of the globe.
Oh, that's
that sounds
interesting.
great. Shelly, you're always loaded with great advice, and we wish you great luck with the new baby.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Come back and visit us after a baby.
Okay.